All right, let's be honest for a second. You can read every single finance book out there. You can listen to all the experts, and you can learn all the right theories.
You can get to the point where you really truly get it. You know what an asset is, you know what a liability is, you've got the knowledge down cold.
And yet, nothing changes. For so many of us, the financial pressure is still there, and those big goals feel just as far away as ever. It's got to be one of the most frustrating things in the world.
So what gives? What is the missing piece of the puzzle? If you know what you're supposed to do, why is it so incredibly hard to actually build wealth? Well, that is the big question we're tackling today.
Because according to Robert Kiyosaki, the real battle for wealth isn't won by just gathering more facts and figures. It's won by conquering the enemy that's staring back at you in the mirror.
He lays out these 5 specific internal roadblocks that stop people in their tracks, even when they're financially smart. They are fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance. And here's the deal. If you don't recognize these in yourself, you'll end up sabotaging your own success without even knowing why. So let's dive in.
Okay, first up is the big one. This is the roadblock that hits everyone. I mean everyone, from the total newbie to the seasoned pro. We're talking about fear.
Now, here's what's so important to understand about this. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is immune to the fear of losing money. Kiyosaki makes it super clear. Even the wealthiest, most successful investors feel that pit in their stomach. So the fear itself, that's not what separates the rich from everyone else.
And this quote right here just nails it. The goal isn't to somehow become fearless. That's impossible, right? The goal is to learn how to manage that fear and take action anyway. Most people are so paralyzed by the thought of losing that they just stay on the sidelines, which pretty much guarantees they'll never win.
And you know, that intense fear often morphs into our second roadblock, because fear loves to have a sidekick. And that sidekick is cynicism, that little voice of doubt that we sometimes mistake for being smart.
We all know this voice, don't we? It's that nagging little whisper that finds a problem for every single solution. Oh, that'll never work. It's a scam. This cloud of doubt makes us feel intelligent for playing it safe, but what it's really doing is killing every opportunity before it even gets a chance to breathe.
And this right here shows the huge mindset shift you have to make. A cynic criticizes. They're just looking for reasons to justify not doing anything. But a winner analyzes. They're looking for that hidden opportunity that all the cynics completely missed. One mindset closes doors. The other one kicks them wide open. It's a game changer.
All right, let's talk about an obstacle that might hit a little close to home, because it's one we all use from time to time. It's laziness. But you know what? It's got a really clever disguise: being busy.
Seriously, think about it. We run around all day with our jobs, our errands, our family lives, and we wear busy like a badge of honor. But often, it's the perfect excuse to avoid the really critical work, the work of actually building our financial future. See, Rich Dad says this isn't really a scheduling problem. It's a form of laziness. We're prioritizing what feels urgent right now over the long-term work that actually builds real wealth. Busyness is often just a very convincing distraction.
So getting past that busyness trap takes real discipline. And that leads us right into our final 2 roadblocks, which are like these silent assassins of financial progress: our ingrained bad habits and our own arrogance.
First up, habits. Your entire financial future is pretty much built on your daily routines. And this slide shows the most powerful habit of all. Most people get their paycheck, they pay all their bills and expenses, and then they just hope there's something left over to save. But the rich, they flip that script completely. They pay themselves first. They put money into their asset column before anyone else gets a dime. It's such a simple shift in order, but it has a massive, compounding effect over a lifetime.
And finally, we have arrogance. Now, this might just be the most dangerous one of all. Kiyosaki has a great definition for it. It's basically ego mixed with ignorance. It's that voice in your head that says, "Oh, I already know that," just so you don't have to admit you don't understand something. But the second you do that, you've slammed the door on learning. And when learning stops, well, growth stops. A truly wealthy mind is always curious. An arrogant mind is just busy protecting its ego.
So when you step back and look at all 5 of these things, the fear, the cynicism, the laziness, the bad habits, and the arrogance, what's the one thing they all have in common? What's the real lesson here?
Well, the core lesson is this: your money problems are almost never really about money. That's just the symptom.
They're people problems. They're behavioral problems. They're rooted deep in your mindset and your emotional reactions to things.
And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? The real enemies you're fighting aren't the stock market or your boss or your salary. The real enemies are your own fear, your own doubt, your own excuses, your own need for comfort, and your own ego.
So you see, the path to building real wealth isn't just about cramming more financial knowledge into your brain. It starts with developing the emotional maturity and the internal discipline to master yourself. That is the real work.
Which of course leaves us with the most important question of all. So you've identified the enemy inside, you're ready to take them on. But where do you actually start? What are the practical, real-world actions you can take, like today, to start building that asset column? That's when this all gets real, and it's exactly what we're going to get into next.